Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Doug with my lovely wife, Asher.
Asher Lindberg.
Asher Lindberg. Cedar Rock. Again, like I said, I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is the first episode of Wings and Wine. I love wings. She loves wine, so it only made sense.
However,
for the first season of Wings and Wine, we're going to be drinking non-alcoholic wine because
there's a bun in the oven or wing in the oven.
someone's cooking. So on this show, we are going to be providing relationship advice. Now, disclaimer, not everything that we say is necessarily going to work for your relationship. All relationships are different, unique. We've been together for coming up on 8 years. We've been through a lot together, so we feel like with the experiences that we've had, we can help others go through times that may have been similar to ours, or just simply answer some questions based off our experiences. With this first episode, what we're gonna just simply do is kind of share a little bit of our story, kind of tell you guys how we got started. So I'm gonna pour this wine. Let's get to it.
You gotta show them the wine. It's called Free. I've never heard of this, by the way.
It's because it's
Free
non-alcoholic and we
alcohol
don't drink that
removed wine. Alcohol removed wine. White Zinfandel. California Vineyards. That right there.
Boom. All right, now I will.
No, I will.
Oh, you're gonna do the honors. Lesson number 1, fellas. Just let her do what she wants to do.
Happy wife, happy life.
Something like that, yeah. And also another disclaimer, I'm not really a wine drinker, so I'm probably not going to think this is all that great. But,
This better not have any wine.
No, it's alcohol removed. I asked.
It just smells a little.
Like wine because it's supposed to. So let's get to it.
You gotta try the wine.
Oh, yeah. That's actually not too bad. So,
Yeah.
do you want to kind of tell the story?
For some reason, he was on my timeline on Facebook. No clue. Neither of us remember adding each other, and I'm not the type of person to add men on Facebook. One day, I got a message asking if I wanted to be in a photo shoot or a video. So I was like, who is this person? I'm like, okay, whatever. We talk about the video, what it's about, his music, and whatever. It goes on for a couple months of just on and off messaging about the video. That's it. It really wasn't anything me thinking like, oh, this guy's trying to get with me. It was nothing like that. It was just, we were trying to plan a date to do the music video or the photo shoot. So it finally got down to, we finally made a date of when to do the photo shoot instead of the video shoot, right?
Yes.
And we picked the date and time. We were able to finally meet, and he comes to pick me and my friend up. I did look at his photos and on his profile, making sure this guy's not a creep, okay? I have a pretty good judgment on men.
I was pretty safe.
And so, right when we get to the shoot, or right when he picks us up, all of us start talking about random stuff. I thought in my mind, why is this guy so cocky? We get to the shoot, and I did notice though, during the shoot, like, he was literally staring at me like this. Probably maybe a couple days later, or no, maybe a week later, he messaged me. I remember it was my birthday, February 1st, and our shoot was January 29th. And I remember on my birthday,
Remember the date of the shoot?
Well, yeah. I mean, women remember everything. On my birthday, I remember messaging him back and forth, just talking as friends. And I think that's what made me, in the end, be so attracted to him, is because it wasn't something where he was pursuing me at all. It was just a friendship, plain as that. And it wasn't something that every guy tried to do when I was single, which is try to talk to me, try to get with me and get something from me, and I'm like, no. So for once, there is a guy that actually just wanted to be friends, and just, that's it. After we were talking for a couple weeks, he invited me out to say thank you for the shoot and whatever. So we go out to play pool. I think that's where it all started. It just took on from there.
Yeah. Again, there was never any of that pressure to like have to impress each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that was never the intent. The intent was always just simply to say thank you for helping me out with the photo shoot. It really just went from there. And then I went on deployment. That was 6 months where we could really only do email. And that's when I found out, when I was on deployment, that I wasn't born, but that's when I found out I potentially had a child.
It was something that was one of the things that that happened in our relationship, where it was kind of hard. I think hard not only for him but for me. It's like, here I am just starting to date this guy, and I find out he has a son, possibly, but it was.
So I'm on deployment. I'm in Guam, and I find out that there's this child on the way. I had a lot on my mind. I didn't really want to put her through all that. I mean, at that time, I just told her, like, look, I'm sorry, but we have to stop talking. There's too much going on. That lasted about a day.
The first time that he told me that we shouldn't talk anymore is when you said this son might be.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
This child might be my child.
Yes.
And then after that, there was a second breakup, or there was a second
actual breakup.
There was an actual breakup.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of obstacles that came between us.
We get through it.
Also, too, there was a lot of distance. He was on deployment, and then after he got off deployment, he got out of the military because he served his time, and then moved back to Minnesota because of his son. I think that distance, along with his son, was another obstacle that was trying to like tear us apart, and I think it just made us stronger in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be with someone, you want to be with someone, and I mean, long distance is really not that hard. It's only hard if you're unsure about the person. Like, we were both busy. We had our own stuff going on, and so I wasn't really always looking at my phone wondering when he's gonna call.
We were both doing our own thing.
Yeah.
So that,
But we always
and the
talked
time
to each
difference.
other.
And then the time difference too.
Yeah,
So,
that was hard too. But we always talked to each other
but
whenever we could.
But we never put pressure on the other person to talk.
Right.
The only time we really like planned a conversation was it our anniversary?
Yeah, like special events, like
Yeah.
birthdays or whatever. I decided to move probably 4 months after I graduated. I was able to save enough money to make the move and pay for whatever expenses. And it was probably the hardest decision I had to make. You know, I didn't.
There were still a lot of questions.
Yeah, there's still a lot of questions, but I knew that there was something more. So it's just a risk that I had to take. If I screwed up, I mean, what's the worst could happen? I just fly back home. In 2014, I moved here to Minnesota. But before that, there was a little hiccup. Oh, hello. Get off the table.
I'm gonna cover this part. I don't want to say I was getting skeptical,
You're scared.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of that fear was, you know, overthinking, because I knew, because I knew that you were completely changing your entire life around. If this doesn't work, I didn't want you to be stuck here with a sense, I was thinking about you, but
Oh, were you?
I mean, yeah.
He was thinking about me. You were scared to death.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shoot, this girl's about to move her whole entire life. Like she's gonna expect me to marry her. Yeah, I'm out.
Nah, that wasn't even like a thought at that time. Her goal and her plan was always, you know, marriage, kids, family. With me, you know, I always knew that those things were gonna come, but I didn't have a plan. I wasn't rushing it. Not to say that you were rushing it, but you know what I mean. So then we got to a point.
5 years is not rushing it.
Anyway, we got to a point about 5 years in, and she finally was just like, look, either
I basically broke up with her.
either we get, you know, what are we doing? Basically, is what she said. I had this whole proposal plan all figured out. Had spoken to her mom like a year, 2 years before that.
2 years ago.
2 years prior to that. But the plan, like, it had to be perfect, and it wasn't ever, it wasn't going to be.
So after we had that dinner, we weren't really talking to each other, and I was literally making plans on moving back home.
Yeah. I
And
convinced her to go to this show one night. It was on a Wednesday. She doesn't go out on weekdays. Me and two of my brothers got on stage. We performed this song called Luxury, and that whole song was about our relationship. Brought her up on stage, proposed. The rest was history.
Yeah, we got married and stuff like that. I think what really was the rocky part of our relationship was probably after we got married. I wanted to start a family and have children. So we were trying for a baby the day we got married. And
Yeah, we were.
honey, that was the fun part, but we had no idea what was gonna come after that. I found out I was pregnant. Oh gosh, it feels like
November.
a century ago. November. So a day before Thanksgiving. Super excited, over the moon, because that's what, you know, I wanted for my entire life, was to have a baby. Like 2 months go by and something went wrong. I did go through a miscarriage, and we lost the baby on January 10th. And I think that was probably the number one hardest thing me and Doug had to ever go through. Even talking about it is really emotional. I lost a big part of myself, and I think if I didn't have Doug by my side, I don't even know what I would do. We got through it by the grace of God, and that's all God. We lost our baby January 10th, and the fact that we are delivering our new baby January 5th is like so God and so His timing. I think that's just amazing the way that happens. It blows my mind the way God works. I mean, I think every relationship is different and they go through different trials, but that's what makes every couple unique, is their trials that they went through. So.
Want this last one?
No, I'm about to get heartburn. The baby likes it, but I'm
Anyway,
kidding.
alright. So basically, our relationship, we went through our fair share of trials and tribulations. Distance, money struggles, the question of what each person wants. Loss. You know, did I say money troubles? Yeah, money troubles is a huge one. The possibility of not having a place to live. Through all of that, now we are where we are.
We're not where we want to be, but
We're
on the way.
Yeah, we're well on our way. Baby on the way, happily married. The whole point of this show is for us to provide you with some insight, maybe some clarity if you're going through a lot of the same things that we have been, or if you just want, you know, our opinion about something that you are going through that maybe we haven't necessarily gone through. Again, you know, we want to provide you with the best advice that we can, but again, everybody's situation is different.
But we also gotta make it fun.
Absolutely.
Can't be all serious.
No, I mean, of course.
You're being serious. You need to chill.
Okay, well.
You need to take a chill pill. And I see you like the wine.
Yeah, and once we can actually drink real wine.
I actually don't even really like it.
Well, once we're
so the fact that you like it and I don't is really hilarious to me. Wow. That means after baby, we're gonna have some wine drinking.
Are you drunk off the non-alcoholic?
No, I have pregnancy brain. I can't talk or think.
All right, well, she obviously needs to get to bed. Again, we appreciate y'all tuning in. If you have any questions you want us to answer, just drop them down in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that. And then follow her page too. She has a YouTube channel.
Star Living. I mostly do vlogs, but I'm planning out different videos.
Okay. So, tune in, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to her channel. And we'll see you
and
next
hit
time.
that bell.
What's the bell?
The bell gives people notifications.
Oh yeah, hit the bell.
Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell.
And cut. Damn it, I can't.
You don't even have a stomach. That should be in the